A single night of chaos, and I woke up pregnant with my stepbrother's child. I remembered the dinner not long ago, when Mom and Dad started pressing him about marriage. He'd answered, "I already have someone I like." My vision went black. Now I'd become the other woman. That same night, I filed an application for a graduate program overseas, planning to abort the baby and flee the country. While I sat in the corridor outside the operating room waiting for my number to be called, someone seized my wrist. Sieche's voice was low and possessive. "You hate me that much? You'd rather kill the child and run abroad than tell me." My dear little sister, my mother married into the capital's elite for the second time. Her love story was so dramatic it ended with a grand wedding under everyone's blessings. I was naturally swept into the new household. I was only 3 at the time, still a toddler who remembered nothing. I grew up in the Xie family. My stepfather adored my mother, and loving the sparrow along with the bamboo, adored me too. I came to regard him as my real father, and his son as my brother. When we were small, my brother treated me wonderfully, but as I got older, we drifted apart. It hurt, until I realized plenty of blood siblings grow distant too. I made my peace with the idea that I'd gone from his beloved little sister to just another relative. Life can't be perfect. Just as I'd finally come to terms with it, disaster struck. I woke up in Sieche's bed, every muscle aching, staring at the ceiling. It took me a long moment to process. Last night's hazy memories flooded back, someone coaxing me, "Good girl, don't cry," and worse, far worse lines. I clapped my hands over my ears, trying to block the memories, but it was useless. To make matters worse, the man beside me felt me stir and instinctively tightened his arms, pressing me to his chest. His voice was thick with drowsiness. "Baby, you're awake?" My breath froze. I didn't dare lift my head, terrified he'd recognize me. "Sieche has a girlfriend," he said so himself. Last weekend at dinner, Mom and Dad started talking about the Chin family's month-old grandson, and the conversation slid into the usual marriage nagging. Naturally, they started with the eldest. Mom asked gently, "Xiaoche, you're 25 now. Is there a girl you like?" We'd already finished eating, and were in the living room. I was sprawled on the sofa, half lying, half sitting, a game console in my hands. Dad had an arm around Mom. They never mind showing affection in front of us. Sieche answered, "Yes." I just cleared a level. The victory animation was still playing. Curious, I glanced over. My brother, handsome, good-tempered, from a top-tier family, had received love letters and confessions his whole life, but had never shown interest in any of them. The Xie family doesn't need marriage alliances, so the ambitious young ladies who came courting left empty-handed. Who had he fallen for? I blinked. "Go. Who is it? Do I know her?" His gaze swept over me. He didn't answer. I refused to give up. Who's your girlfriend? How did you keep it so secret?" Suddenly Sieche grew angry. He gave a cold laugh. "Who my girlfriend is has nothing to do with you." I rubbed my nose. Great. Mom and Dad pressure him, and I become the punching bag. Sure enough, once siblings grow up they drift apart. He won't even tell me he's dating someone. But never mind the girlfriend for now. The immediate problem is that Sieche's hands are starting to wander. I'm curled against his chest, afraid to move. From this angle he still can't see my face. His voice is lazy. "Baby, it's still early." Early for what? I freeze. He must think I'm his girlfriend. Do they start every morning like this? If I raise my head I'm finished. He hasn't noticed yet. Maybe my silence sounds like consent. Just as he starts to push up to look at me, I panic, whip around, and bury my face in the pillow. A puzzled sound from above, then a low chuckle. "You like it this way?" He leans in. "Sweetheart, call me Gitch." No, don't say it like that. How do couples talk like this? I refuse to lift my head from the pillow. Sieche, apparently never imagining the girl beside him isn't his girlfriend, strokes my hair. "Chai, huh." I muffle my voice in the pillow. "Go away." He sighs. "I'll go make lunch. Rest a bit more. I'll call you when it's ready." Finally, the door shuts. I crawl out from under the blanket, stare at my body, and pinch myself hard. It hurts. This is no dream. Sieche is right outside and I, his sister. I have to escape. His kitchen is open plan. Walking straight out is impossible. While I'm still panicking, Sieche comes back in. At the sound of the door, I yank the blanket over my head. Through the quilt he pats my head. "Baby." Still shy. His voice is so gentle. "Do they always talk like this?" "We're out of Coke. I'll run out to buy a bottle and make you cola chicken wings. Don't panic if you can't find me. I'll be right back." His girlfriend likes cola chicken wings too? Who doesn't? That stuff's delicious. Wait, wings aside, if he's heading out. As soon as the front door clicks shut, I leap out of bed. My clothes are torn. I open the wardrobe to borrow something his girlfriend left, but every hanger holds only men's shirts and suits. Not a single dress. Maybe her clothes are in a separate closet? No time to look. I grab one of his shirts and an oversized hoodie. Sieche is 189 centimeters, 20 centimeters taller than me. I look like a kid playing dress up, drowning in men's clothes that I rolled up the sleeves and pant legs, scooped up the shredded pieces of my dress, and half crawled, half ran out of the house. Once I was outside the complex, I let out a long breath, finally free. Even if Sieche realizes the girl last night wasn't his girlfriend, he'll never suspect it was me. As long as that's true, our brother-sister relationship can still be salvaged. Halfway home, I ducked into a women's boutique and changed into normal clothes before sneaking back to my room. I flopped onto my soft bed and rolled over. From last night to dawn I hadn't slept at all, and this morning's exercise had drained whatever energy I had left. Once my nerves finally relaxed, I told the housekeeper not to wake me, and I slept straight through until afternoon. Luckily, Mom and Dad were off on one of their trips. No one came to call me for meals. Rubbing my eyes, I padded downstairs to ask the cook for something to eat, only to look down and see Sieche standing at the foot of the stairs. He tilted his head, his gaze skimmed over me, cool and light. Awake. The same words he'd murmured this morning. Baby, awake. Followed by 2 solid hours of physical labor. I instinctively took a step back. Gah. His eyes were unreadable. I feigned surprise. You're home today? His knuckles drummed the wooden banister. Take a guess. How would I know? I changed the subject. Have you eaten? I'm starving. If you haven't, tell the kitchen to make an extra portion. He lifted an eyebrow. Eating only now. I lied without blinking. Yeah, when I got home last night, I realized I'd missed an assignment. I pulled an all-nighter to finish it and slept all day. He smiled in a way that didn't reach his eyes. You spent last night at home doing homework? I nodded firmly. Exactly. All right. His tone held layers I couldn't decipher. Let's eat. Then, my dear little sister worked so hard last night. She needs a proper meal. Sieche rarely stayed in the family villa. Most of the time he lived in his own apartment, yet he'd moved back the past 2 days. I figured he'd had a fight with his girlfriend. Understandable after a cheating incident this big. Biting the cap of my pen, I sighed. Whoever my future sister-in-law is, I'm sorry. I really didn't mean it. Annoyed, I glanced at the unfinished assignments on my desk. I'm a senior now. Maybe I should just go abroad, living under the same roof, constantly running into Sieche. If I were his girlfriend, I couldn't stand it. He still doesn't know it was me. I looked up several foreign universities and applied to their graduate programs. So far nothing's come through. There's been a small hiccup in the process. Today the kitchen made steamed fish, usually one of my favorites, but for some reason the smell turned my stomach. Sieche slipped a piece onto my plate. I tried to force it down for politeness sake, but the instant the fish touched my tongue I gagged and had to spit it out. Something felt off. A sudden realization slammed into me. It's been 6 weeks since the accident, and my usually punctual period hasn't shown up once. I looked up and met Sieche Segaze. He was watching me thoughtfully. Feeling sick? He asked. I scrambled for an excuse. The fish tastes extra fishy today. He tasted a bite himself. Seems fine, I babbled. Your taste buds are broken. Sieche set down his chopsticks, pulled out a napkin, and very intimately wiped the corner of my mouth. Is that so? Then my taste buds must be broken. I thought it smelled more like morning sickness. My pupil shrank. No way. The odds of getting pregnant from one time are tiny, right? Wait, was it only once? My hazy memories insist on at least 7. Impossible. I don't even have a boyfriend. I forced my frantic heartbeat to slow and tried to stay calm. Go. Don't joke. Your little sister is still single, okay? To stop him from talking more, I scooped another piece of fish and plopped it into his bowl. You like fish, eat more. Don't waste it. I was about to add another piece when he caught the chopsticks between his teeth, slowly chewed the fish and nodded. Flavor's decent. Those are my chopsticks. I started to stand up for a clean pair, but Sieche spoke again. Does little sister dislike me now? That isn't the point at all. I reminded him delicately. Go, you have a girlfriend. For a moment he actually looked hurt. Mumu's grown up and hates her big brother. You weren't like this when you were small. I don't hate you, I muttered. He said nothing. I had no choice but to keep using the chopsticks he'd bitten, unable to stop the memories flooding back. His tie binding my wrists, my back against the wall, his fierce kiss. At the time neither of us had any sanity left. We were like rabid dogs tearing at each other. Stop thinking. My cheeks and ears were on fire. I lowered my head and shoveled rice into my mouth. Sieche placed cola chicken wings onto my plate. Slow down, baby. No one's stealing from you. I ignored him. Eat fast. Escape faster. Later I hung up from a takeout call and peeked out of my room. Sieche seemed to be in his own room. The villa's huge. Every bedroom has a small attached study. He usually works in there, unless it's mealtime or he wants someone. Odds of running into him are slim. Confirming the corridor was empty, I tiptoed downstairs like a thief. Halfway down the second-floor staircase, the housekeeper spotted me. She held up a plastic bag emblazoned with a pharmacy logo. "Miss, your delivery is here." I nearly jumped out of my skin. Not so loud. I told the rider to leave it hidden in the bushes. How did she find it? I dashed down and snatched the bag, checking frantically to be sure the seal was intact. Only then did I breathe. Just as I relaxed, a door opened above. Sieche's footsteps approached the stairway. If I turned back, I'd run straight into him. Downstairs it was. Before I could take a single step, my pajama collar was seized from behind. "What did little sister buy?" His voice was soft, almost gentle. "Oriental Pharmacy? Are you ill?" He came down beside me and, as casually as plucking a leaf, tucked the bag from my hand. The takeaway seal was perfect. Nothing could be seen from outside. Sieche tore the seal while speaking. "Shall I take you to the hospital this afternoon?" I grabbed his hand in despair. You can't just open my things. Don't tear it. If you keep going, you'll see the pregnancy test." His fingertips froze. He looked down at me and sighed so softly I almost missed it. Then he handed the takeout bag back and ruffled my hair. "Whatever happens, you can tell me." I bit my lip and said nothing. "Tell you that I slept with you and now I'm probably pregnant? Not happening." I sat on the carpet, staring at the 2 pink lines on the stick, then pulled out the instructions and read every word. Pregnant. I refused to believe it. I tossed the test in the trash and started scouring the internet for the answer I wanted. Under a mountain of posts confirming 2 lines means pregnant, I finally found one that said false positives happen. Relief washed over me. See, it's fake. I flopped back into bed and slept like a rock. 2 hours later, I jolted awake from a nightmare. In it, Sieche's faceless girlfriend found out I was pregnant, stormed in, and beat me senseless for being the other woman. I scrambled up, searched for the nearest hospital, and booked an appointment. Better to be sure. When the lab report came back, I was numb. The doctor, clearly experienced, didn't even look up. "Do you want to keep it?" I shook my head frantically. No, family planning clinic. Left at the lobby. The waiting room was crowded. Everyone seemed to have someone with them, except me. I felt pathetically alone. After what felt like forever, I finished scheduling the procedure, then drifted out of the hospital in a daze. My phone buzzed with a message from the contact labeled "Go. Mumu, want crayfish?" I stared blankly. "No grilled squid? No. How about wolf-tooth potatoes? I'm on Snack Street. Anything you crave, I'll bring home." I stared at the word baby. When I'd first come to the Xia family, Mom called me that. Dad and Gu followed suit. Later, when I grew up, they switched to my name. Only Mom kept the old pet name. Once in a blue moon it slipped out of Sieche's mouth. I'd never thought anything of it, until I realized he calls his girlfriend the same thing. Suddenly it felt unbearably awkward. "I'm not hungry today, and Gu, could you not call me baby anymore? I'm grown up now." The chat bubble at the top showed typing for half a minute, then he sent a single word. "Okay." The abortion was set for tomorrow. At dusk I lay in the courtyard swing, rocking in the evening breeze, half asleep. I felt something brush my lips. "Gu," I mumbled. "I'm here." I rolled over. "Don't move, I'm so sleepy." A low male voice asked, "Baby, want to sleep inside?" Barely conscious, I hummed assent. An arm slid under my knees, another behind my back, and I was lifted. I cracked my eyes open, saw it was Sieche, then drifted off again. When I was little and fell asleep outside, he used to carry me in. When had he stopped? 19, I think, after I dragged him to a club gathering with my friends. He came home cold the next day and never carried me again. If I'd known, I'd never have invited him. Instinctively, I looped my arms around his neck. "Gu, why don't you like me anymore?" He paused mid-step. "Baby." But I was already asleep and didn't hear the rest. Next morning I stretched and went downstairs. Sieche was in the living room, holding a sheet of paper. "Morning, Gu," I chirped. "Morning." He set the paper aside. "Come eat." I shook my head. "No food. No eating, no drinking before the procedure. I'm getting anesthesia." He glanced at me but didn't push breakfast. "Heading out." I nodded. "Later." He didn't ask where. Instead, "Is there anything you want to tell me, Mumu?" I blinked. Not really." He tucked a stray strand of hair behind my ear. "Nothing at all." I thought for a second. "Oh yes, I plan to study abroad for grad school. Any suggestions where?" He stared at me for a long moment. His eyes were dark and unreadable. Stay in the country, he said quietly. But I'm graduating. You never wanted to go abroad before. That was before. I used to hate unfamiliar places, but this is an emergency. How can I stay under the same roof with you and your girlfriend, knowing what happened? They don't know, but I do. Out of nowhere I blurted, by the way, who is your girlfriend? I've never seen her. His social media was spotless. No photos, no mentions, and he'd never brought anyone home. Xie stepped closer. You have seen her. We were already near. One more step erased the last sliver of space. I caught the faint scent of bitter orange leaves on his skin. Before I could parse what he meant, I felt his breath skim my nose, ticklish. His Adam's apple moved. His voice dropped to a rasp. Baby really wants to know? My pupils shrank. I bolted. And no, I don't. I grabbed my bag and ran. Something was very, very wrong. If I didn't run, disaster felt inevitable. Now I'm sitting in the hospital corridor, waiting for surgery, mind spinning. One moment I'm hearing Xie panting baby in my ear that night. The next, I'm remembering him telling our parents, I already have someone I like. The image of his empty wardrobe slides into this morning's living room, into the charged moment when he asked if I truly wanted to know who his girlfriend is. Even I'm not that dense. Something is definitely off. Could the person he likes actually be me? I covered my face. I'm his sister. 2 more numbers, and it would be my turn for surgery. I clenched my skirt, completely at a loss. The operating room light snapped off. The patient ahead of me went in. My palms were sweating. I unlocked and locked my phone over and over. Still no message from Xie. I brushed a hand over my stomach. The embryo was too small. There was none of the legendary baby flutter yet. I stood, took a deep breath, and went to the restroom to splash cold water on my face. Only then did I finally calm down. Forget it. I'd waited this long. Just get it done. Who knows whether Xie was lying or not? Mind made up, I walked out of the ladies' room. I'd barely taken 2 steps when someone pressed me against the wall. The next second a hand cupped the back of my head and a ruthless kiss crashed down on me. I opened my eyes wide. Xie was glaring at me like a wolf that had cornered its prey. The kiss was clumsy, no skill at all, only fierce conquest. I pushed at him, but he only locked me tighter in his arms until I could hardly breathe. Tears welled up from the lack of air. I whimpered, go, gentler. He released me just long enough for me to gasp, then sealed my lips again. His thumb pressed hard beneath my eye, forcing the tears to fall. Instead of stopping, he grew fiercer. Over the loudspeaker drifted the call for my number. Surgery time. Xie carried me to a deserted corner and refused to let go. When he finally let my lips go, I was limp, clinging to him. His voice was still thick with desire. You've missed your appointment. Fingertips traced my face, brow, cheek, chin. You'd rather abort our child than tell me, my dear little sister? He suddenly pinched my chin. Tell me, baby, what punishment do you want? My mind was still spinning, but I remembered one thing. You said I'm your sister. I'm not your girlfriend. Why can't I end the pregnancy? He was the one who had put the word sister between us. Why was he doing this now? The more I thought, the more wronged I felt. Tears spilled over. Just then an elderly man passed by. Seeing Xie holding a sobbing me, he comforted. Little girl, don't cry. Whatever illness you have, it'll get better. My crying hiccuped to a stop. This was still a hospital. Even secluded corners had traffic. I wiped my eyes. It's nothing. Grandpa, thank you. I tugged Xie's sleeve. Let's go home and talk. The old man kept patting my shoulder. Good, good. Don't be sad. I thanked him again, and we finally made it to the car. Once inside, the driver raised the privacy partition. Front and back became 2 separate worlds. Xie lifted me onto his lap. I struggled but couldn't budge. The grievance surged back. He kissed my tears away. Gentle now. Don't cry, baby. Shoo. I turned my face away. From what I'd said earlier, he'd pieced together my worry. Arms around my waist, he murmured, Mumu, I don't have a girlfriend. The person I like is you. I sniffled. But you said I'm your sister. He had told me that when I was 16. Xie's looks are objectively perfect. He's always been kind to me. In high school, when he dropped me off or ate lunch with me, whispers followed. My desk mate once asked, who's that hot guy eating with you? I nod my pen cap. My brother. Real brother? I wrote square root 3 on a worksheet without looking up. Stepbrother. Blended. Family. Up to that point I'd had 0 thoughts about him. Then my mischievous desk mate lent me her treasured novel, title ending in 1v1 pseudo-incest. I found the tag odd. That night curiosity won, and I opened the file. My world expanded, sometimes dangerously so. The next day every glance at Xie felt off. his hands long, articulate fingers. Eight-pack abs glimpsed when he lifted his gym shirt. When he leaned over to explain math, his lashes fluttered like butterfly wings. Understand? He'd ask softly. Conic sections and auxiliary lines? Nothing registered. I only heard the low, magnetic timbre of his voice. I'm a hopeless voice lover. He'd make me try the problem again. Focus. Last chance. Get it wrong and this week's allowance is gone. For the sake of pocket money I tried. Half understood, half guessed. I still failed. He ruffled my hair. Baby did great. The question was just hard. Ugh, stop calling me baby. My brain was full of forbidden thoughts. He's 4 years older. I'm terrible at hiding anything, and my odd behavior was transparent. One weekend after homework, he took me to the city amusement park. After we'd gone on every ride, he bought me a cartoon balloon and a plushie you'd only give a child. I don't know what possessed me, but I asked, "Go, why are you so nice to me?" It felt as if he'd been waiting for the question. Because Mumu is my little sister. In my eyes, you're still the tiny girl who never grew up. If I don't treat you well, who will? Something felt faintly off, but I couldn't put my finger on it. That night I noticed my phone had been touched. Whoever it was hadn't pried into my privacy. They'd simply deleted one specific thing. The novel whose file name ended in 1v1, pseudo-incest. I buried my face in my pillow. No prizes for guessing who'd done it. Those messy feelings for Sieche flickered on and off for a year. Then the pressure of senior year studies slammed down. I had no spare brain space for daydreams. In my eyes, senior year Sieche wasn't brother or secret crush. He was a highly efficient, totally free private tutor. Nothing mattered except grades. That buffer worked. In college I met all kinds of people, my mind matured, and one trashy novel no longer steered my thoughts. I finally slid back into the right slot and started treating him like a brother again. But then brother suddenly stopped talking to me. The reason, I think, was the club team building night. During a game I drew the dare card. Confess, I like you to the first person of the opposite sex on your left. The first person on my left was Sieche. Everyone knew he was my brother. The dare wasn't outrageous. And refusing to do it, opting for the penalty of bitter gourd juice, would only make things awkward. People cheered. Liang Mu, your luck's insane. If only it were the guy on your right. The right seat was our club president, who laughed. Get lost. Under a circle of eyes, I turned to Sieche. I like you. He replied at once. I like you too. Everyone groaned. Ugh, sibling love? Boring. We wanted drama, and moved on. I stared at Sieche's profile. He glanced back. Focus on the game. Little sister. He rarely called me that. I stuffed the messy feelings back into their box, and went on being the perfect little sister. Then the accident happened. If I'd had zero weird thoughts, waking up next to my brother would have sent me into hysterics. Instead, I'd gone along with the mistake to keep it hidden. Only now did I realize those chaotic feelings from high school, pressed down, popping up, pressed down again, had never really died. I'd just pretended, but he'd said he had a girlfriend. I should stay a sister. When the car reached home, I'd finished crying. He'd cooed baby this and baby that until the tears stopped, but my eyes were still swollen. The moment the car stopped, I tried to scramble out of his arms. He caught my hand. No escape. Infuriating. He's the one who made me be a sister, and now he's the one demanding I keep the baby. Having a baby, seriously? Is that on a sister's job description? I stalked toward the house, too annoyed to talk. Before I'd gone 2 steps, I was swept into a soft, fragrant hug. Baby, Mommy's home. Did you miss me? I blinked. Mom and Dad's 2-month world tour was over. I clung to her. Wow, Mom, you have no idea what these 2 months were like. Mom inspected me. Baby, you've lost weight. Actually, I gained 2 pounds. Oh my, why are your eyes red? Were you just crying? She stepped back. Turning to Sieche, she demanded, Xiaoche, who bullied your little sister? Why are her eyes all red? Sieche answered without missing a beat. I did. Then he dropped the bomb. Mumu's pregnant. The baby's mine. Dad, who just walked in, froze in confusion. Both parents exploded, especially Dad, who lunged to beat Sieche. I blocked him. In a tiny voice I said, weren't you two just nagging us about marriage? Surprise, both kids' engagements sorted in one go. Dad now looked as if he wanted to spank me too. I hid behind Mom. Mom saved me. High IQ parents are reasonable. No one was actually beaten. Mom cornered me for the story. I stammered. We got drunk and it was an accident. Dad said coolly, drunk? A truly drunk man can't perform. Sieche nodded. Correct. Wait, what are you agreeing with? He had no girlfriend, so there'd been no mistaken identity. He'd known it was me the whole time, drunk and drugged, only I'd lost my reason, while my fantasies took over, throwing myself at him. Go, why don't you like me? Go kiss me. Go, I hurt, help me. And things had spiraled. I clapped my hands over my ears. Stop asking. Parents don't need the details. Mom, seeing I was mortified, let it go. She sighed. Just one question. Baby, was everything between you two consensual? Sieche answered instantly, yes. I bit my lip, glanced at him kneeling under Dad's orders, and whispered, yes. Mom stroked my head. Then be together. We're not feudal. You two can legally marry. Why should we object? I finally exhaled. Mom hugged me again. Pregnant? Oh my, an unplanned pregnancy. I blame myself. I didn't teach you about protection. In the end, Sieche still got a beating, not for being with me, but for getting me pregnant. He sat while I applied ointment to the welts the rattan cane had left. His arms circled my waist, his head against my belly. Dad hadn't held back. Red stripes crossed his back. I traced them gently. Does it hurt? By rights, I should have been spanked too. Our family's motto is proper order. Love, marriage, baby. We'd run the whole sequence backward, but pregnant women are exempt. So Dad doubled the dose on Sieche instead. I'd expected his usual stoicism. He'd once broken his leg without a whimper. This time he said, it hurts. I thought for a moment, then pressed a soft kiss to one of the red welts. Then I'll kiss it better. Kisses are famously effective, so effective they become addictive. Sieche coaxed more out of me. Here too, baby, and here. Somehow his eyes ended up flushed and wet. It hurts, he whispered. This time the ache wasn't on his back. It hurts from missing you. I pushed him away. Don't even think about it. He sighed in regret, then lifted me onto the bed. All right, let me kiss my baby instead. I curled into his chest to calm down. He stroked my back in slow, soothing circles. Are you okay, little one? Does Big Brother need to kiss you again? I shook my head. No, I'm exhausted. He tightened his arms, chin resting on my hair. Then sleep. Baby, this was the first time I'd shared a bed with him fully awake. With his eyes closed, his face looked gentle, all sharp edges gone. Exactly the Big Brother I remembered. In truth, his temper isn't mild. His employees are terrified of him. When he picked me up at school, my classmates would shrink back. Everyone else's Mr. Sia and my Gidge seemed like two different species. I wriggled into a comfortable spot and whispered, Go, when did you start liking me? I thought he was already asleep, but his arms cinched tighter. I don't know. Bad brother, how can you not know? I realized I liked you 3 years ago. 3 years ago, at the club dare when I'd said, I like you, and he'd answered, I like you too. The pregnancy threw our parents into a frenzy. A wedding couldn't be thrown together, yet nothing money can't fix. If money can't, it simply isn't enough. Invitations went out. The date was set for 3 months later. My gown was cut with generous seams for the coming belly, but an oddity surfaced. While other women sported neat round bumps, at 4 months I still looked flat. Sieche hovered, fretful. Every checkup said things were normal, still he wouldn't relax. When my high school desk mate received her invitation, she texted me a photo with the bride and groom's name circled. Bride, Liangmu makes sense. That's you. Groom, Sieche, care to explain? I typed back, it's Sieche, duh. Learn to read, she replied. If I remember right, your brother is named Xi Sieche? Me correct. Her, WTFFFFFF. A minute later she sent a document, very familiar, ending in 1v1 pseudo-incest. Remember this? I ignored her, then secretly reopened the file. 3 pages in my phone was plucked away. Sieche read the title aloud. Pregnancy play? I slapped a hand over his mouth before he could continue. Don't even think about it. He peeled my hand away and kissed my palm. I'm not thinking yet. After the baby comes, we can try.